The Cougar faithful no doubt disappointed tonight, but there's still much to be proud of. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk spent the evening at a Cougar watch party.
Cougar fans packed every single table here at the Red Wheel Bar, which hosted the official watch party for Spokane alumni. A disappointing loss tonight, but the crowd stayed optimistic up until the last 5 minutes or so.
Couldn't come out on top, but you know what? We still love them.
It's pretty abysmal, man, for a Cougar fan, right?
The turnovers killed us. I think that they had 17 points on turnovers, and so that was the name of the game tonight.
You were the loudest one in this bar, so what did you think of the game?
Game was good. I thought they should give it to Roberts more.
We made the Final Four of the NIT, fought hard, loved the spirit, loved the pride.
It was a good showing. There's next year.
The Alumni Association raffled off prizes throughout the night, including a basketball signed by head coach Kyle Smith. And the Red Wheel Bar was more than happy to host this watch party tonight. They're right in the middle of the Thor and Freya construction zone, and employees are concerned that business may be slow here for the next several months. Reporting in Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's talk weather now because it was a beautiful day across the inland Northwest. Sunshine, warm temperatures. We hit 60 degrees. Let's get outside now to meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. And Jeremy, don't let us down. Please tell me tomorrow's going to be just as nice.
No. I'm sorry, Mark. We did hit 64 days in a row, but yeah, things are changing, and yeah, that's exactly what happens this time of year. It's one of those things we expect comes spring. Spring isn't known for just hitting that average temperature and staying there each and every day. Spring is this season of drastic swings, ups and downs that bring about a very interesting trend of weather. Lately, we've been pretty uniform, and right now, we are pretty uniform. We've been at 50 for an hour now, 46 in Coeur d'Alene, dipping even more in Sandpoint down to 37. 54 there in Wenatchee. Next 12 hours looking like clouds build in and temperatures drop into the low 40s and then start climbing by tomorrow at noon. Notice it's a mix of clouds and sun and temps in the 50s. Yeah, not too bad, but that comes with some wind. Wind will be gusting around 25 to 30 miles per hour for much of the inland Northwest tomorrow, and that's going to play a big role in our transition out of this warm weather.
Jeremy, thank you very much. Now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. It was the first day of pain for drivers who use Hatch Road to get to and from Spokane South Hill. Today marked the first day of work on the bridge there, and it won't be done at least until the end of July.
Everything, unfortunately, from the school district was great, but from Durham, most of the communication was pretty last minute. So that part was difficult from planning purposes. To find out 3 days before, the week that it happens, makes it difficult on a parent.
Drivers will instead need to now go up to I-90 and use one of the exits if they want to get to the South Hill from Highway 195. Hatch Road usually gets busy around peak commuting hours, which means a lot more people are going to have to use an alternate route. This impacts everyone from normal commuters to school buses that take kids from the Eagle Ridge neighborhood to Spokane South Hill schools. SPS told us yesterday that 18 different routes that transport about 750 students are being changed because of the closure. Some parents told us their kids are now being picked up as much as 45 minutes early now. There is also a mess of construction at the bottom of Thor and Freya. The eastbound I-90 exit closed right now. The city has also closed Thor at Sprague Avenue all the way to 5th. And the routes and detours for the Thor-Freya construction will be constantly changing over the next several weeks. The city will be reopening and closing different sections over the next several months. Right now, the city's in phase 1 and 2 of the project. Construction expected to last all the way through the summer. For more information on the closures, just head to our website, krem.com. Well, after 2 years, the North Suspension Bridge in Riverfront Park is opening to the public tomorrow. According to Spokane Parks and Recreation, the bridge renovation cost about $2.9 million and was funded through a package of grants and tax funds. New additions to the bridge include a new deck, a repair and replacement of corroded steel floor beams, a repair and replacement of lighting and electrical components, and safety upgrades to the bridge's railings. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just text us the word night to 509-448-2000. We'll send them directly to your phone. Well, today the DEA held a press conference this morning to address the growing fentanyl crisis in Spokane. And ahead of that press conference, I got to sit down exclusively with the U.S. Attorney for Eastern Washington to talk about her agency's role in helping get those deadly drugs off the streets. Federal prosecutors say fentanyl seizures and prosecutions in Eastern Washington are up more than 60% in just the last 2 years. And they warn the problem can't be solved by law enforcement alone. Vanessa Waldriff is the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Washington. I sat down with her and Assistant U.S. Attorney Stephanie Van Martyr to get a better idea of just how bad the problem has become. They tell me fentanyl popped up in Eastern Washington in 2016 and has quickly flooded the market.
A 1,000-pill seizure used to be a significant seizure. Many years ago, we are now seizing 10, 20, 50,000 pills at a time. And the reason that is so frightening is because those fentanyl-laced pills are getting into every aspect of our community. Our community needs to know that they exist.
Staggering tens of thousands of pills, the U.S. Attorney's Office says they're commonly made to look benign, in some cases like baby aspirin, but their contents, of course, not regulated. A single pill can be deadly. And coming up in about 5 minutes, we will share the program the DEA is launching in Spokane to help curb fentanyl use here. Well, today, Spokane Parks and Recreation announced a new climbing structure has been added to the Audubon Park playground. They are similar structures that are currently in Riverfront Park. The climbing structures will be designed to help build climbing skills, and they are being donated entirely by the Jess Ross Kelly Foundation. Jess Ross Kelly was a world-renowned climber who died attempting to climb a peak in Canada. He also was one of the youngest people to summit Mount Everest. The foundation hopes these new structures will help preserve his legacy. Tonight, Russia says it is pulling its forces back from Ukraine's capital. The Kremlin saying it wants to establish trust so it can negotiate peace with Ukraine. This comes after ceasefire talks are underway between the two countries. Diplomats are describing today's meeting in Istanbul as the most meaningful negotiation since the war began. Ukraine says it submitted a comprehensive peace plan that included a promise to remain neutral. However, the Pentagon says it has seen no evidence the Russia invasion is ending, and they suspect Russia may be repositioning troops ahead of a new offensive. Prosecutors have charged a 17-year-old in a shooting at an outlet mall last week in Arizona. Prosecutors are charging that teen as an adult. A 4-year-old child still in critical condition after the shooting. A woman and a 15-year-old boy also wounded but have been released from the hospital. The shooting happened after the teen got into an argument with 2 other teens. Tonight, CBS News and the Washington Post reporting that former President Donald Trump's phone records from January 6th contain a nearly 8-hour gap. CBS News also confirmed the former president spoke on the phone with Utah Senator Mike Lee and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy during that time frame. Now House members are looking into whether the former president used phones belonging to aides or so-called burner phones that day. Mr. Trump responded saying he has, quote, no idea what a burner phone is. All right, don't go to bed just yet. A new program aimed at curbing fentanyl use in Spokane launching today. When we come back, we'll tell you more about Operation Engage. We are back in just 90 seconds.